Alright, alright. So, for those of you who don't know what's going on right now, let's switch to me over here. The Toronto Riichi Club and the Montreal. Oh no, I forgot to change the title. Alright, hold on. Hold on. I gotta log in. But for those of you who don't know, the Toronto Riichi Club is hosting the Canadian Classic in conjunction with the Montreal Riichi Club. And we have played 3 Hanchan so far. And now we are in the finals with 2 players, 1 from each team. Or, sorry, 4 players, 2 from each team. And there we go. We're waiting for the game to start now. Well, really, we're just waiting for the spectator delay to end. And then after that, the game will begin. So, from Montreal, we've got Loïc Roberge, the current, I guess, chairman, the runner, the leader of the Montreal Riichi Club right now, made finals for the Montreal side, top 2. And we've got the Montreal at heart, Jason Feng, who just got a Yakuman in the 3rd game to make Montreal's top 2 spots. And then on Toronto's side, we have Simon Chen, who had a strong performance all 3 games, positive all 3, and Mark Tam, who also had a positive performance all 3 games. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get I don't know if I'm going to be able to get overlays up. But it is what it is. I'll let you know who's who. I'll let you know who is who. Maybe I could get overlays up. Scene collection. Nah, there's not enough time. The rule set, it's standard Mahjong Soul rules, except Akanashi, so no red 5s. Similar to Riichi out rules, basically. Alright. Looks like the table's being sorted out. And we're about ready to begin here. Battle music is playing, and we are ready for battle. No, we don't need the log. So we've got Mark here in the dealer position, Loïc here in south, and we've got Simon in west to start, and Jason Feng here in north. So Montreal across table from each other, and Toronto across table from each other. So let's turn the BGM on here and continue the battle. The final is only 1 Hanchan. DMCA will Welcome. Welcome to 2020. Yeah, so Mark here with the open pawn of the east to start. Looking decently fast. That'll put him in E-Shan-10. Not too bad of an E-Shan-10. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. On the right, Loic is doing okay. Does a sneaky Karagiri there. I think he did it twice actually, drawing and discarding 5 still. Loic is... no, he's not quite 1 away yet. He looks to be 2 away from Tenpai. Ryan Shanten. Across the table, Simon's got a lot of pairs and triplets. He's got the Anko of 1 so, and then 3 other pairs. Oh, that's another pair. Make that 4 other pairs. So he's got an option. Either way, it's going to be pair or triplet based. And Feng on the left has a nice Tanya. Hasn't opened yet, but is at risk of dealing into Mark's Dabuton. Dabuton currently Tenpai. Could switch the weight to the legendary 3 so. Doesn't go for it here though. What to do? I guess casting here, probably don't need me in the corner. I'll just do one of these. You guys can see the exit button. Otto! Sumo for Toronto to start off the match. Mark starts out with a quick $1,000. Quick $1,000, you know. Ooh, 9 terminals. Will he play it out? Does not. And very quickly we have 2 Honba on the table. Extremely quickly there are 2 Honba on the table. Well, here's another hand. Mark's got 3 pairs and an isolated Dora. Loic on the right has a pair of Dora and a pretty nicely set up hand. Loic could score pretty big here to come back from Montreal. Simon across the table doing okay. I mean, he's, I think, 2 away. No, the pair is inside the meld, so I think Simon's actually 3 away there. And on the left, Feng. Jason's doing pretty well himself. He's got a nice Tanya looking to be set up. 2 away from Tenpai there. Pretty interesting. Mark 2 away from Tenpai over here as well. See Loic cutting his extra pair now, trying to get to Tenpai to cash in those 2 Dora. Chi attempt is not called. Mark has a pretty interesting decision here. Mark is 1 away from Tenpai, but has the option to move towards Tanya now with that extra 6 pin to help him out. Not making any calls towards it though. Wouldn't be too valuable if you did. Not really the greatest tile there either, so he discards it. Loic finds Tenpai with a 3rd Dora in hand, a solid Ryanman 1 4-mon wait. 5 still in the wall. That could be trouble. Oh, and Jason draws it. Doesn't throw it, so Jason avoids here. Jason in a pretty good spot to keep all of that. That is not 7 pairs Tenpai, but he does move to 7 pairs Ishanten. Oh, Mark That's trouble for Mark. It's gonna really shut down any hopes of him winning the hand. And worse, it could deal into a Mangan or higher with Uradora. We will have to see. Oh, he kind of finds a way around it. And is now Ishanten. Again, not a good Ishanten, mind you, but Ishanten. Finds it, but will he take it? Does not take it, but also avoids dealing in. Oops. Has to. Oh, he goes for the Tanya maneuver, and that's gonna be costly. No Ura, but that's still a Mangan. And we're not playing with red 5, so Mangan is bigger than it normally feels. That's a pretty solid Mangan there for Loic for Montreal. Currently, the score line is... Let me find it. Where's the score line? Here's the score line. Hey, Kus. There is the score line. So currently Toronto is ahead by 102.8. Plus 51.4 versus minus 51.4. And it is a one Hanchan final. It's more of a fun rivalry thing than a long marathon type thing. But here Mark gets Riichi, looking to get his points back. This is a solid Riichi Tanyao, no Pinfu there, but does have the Ryanman weight. But the points in this game are doubled. So the 102 point difference is more like a 51 point difference between the two teams. And of course, well, not of course, but the players are also playing for the individual MVP, the highest single score. I think one for each team. Dora comes out. Mark obviously has no choice as he's in Riichi. Jason does not call because he doesn't really have a good Yaku there. That is still not Tenpai, unfortunately, for Jason. Throws the Suji to the Riichi tile, the 8-so against the 5-so there, for safety reasons. And Jason looking to just try and get that last tile to reach Tenpai. Loic here has kind of broken up his Ishanten, so it looks like Loic is folding. On the right, Simon might be able to turn around to 7 pairs. Oh, does find 7 pairs Tenpai. That could be interesting. 2 dangerous tiles to discard here, though. None of them actually going to deal in, but neither of them looks safe from his position. And Simon actually opts to fold. Jason keeping all those deal-in tiles in his hand. Loic doing the same. Both of them can use all of the tiles. If Jason changes his weight here, doesn't go for it. I was gonna say if Jason changed his weight, he might be at risk of dealing in some tiles. But no dice there. Oops. Loic has a chance to go back to Ishanten. If he chooses. Nah, throws a safe tile. Still folding. Simon pulling in some interesting tiles, but it looks like he's folded as well. And Jason drops the deal-in tile. He draws an extra 4 mon. Doesn't fit. Immediately comes out. No Ura again. But it will move the dealership. So Mark moving from 4th to 3rd with that. Jason falling into 4th. But it's a close game all around. Loic with about a Mangan lead from that Mangan that he won off Mark. But Mark, having won 2 hands other than that one, is still in contention with the rest of the players. Jason off to a screamingly fast start. Got Dora, got half flush, Honitsu. Even has some possible Yakuhai here with the Chun triplet. Simon holding it in hand. Might lock it down for the rest of the game, but if he chooses to push his hand, and he is dealer, so it's likely that he might. That Chun probably comes out and gives Jason chance at a monster hand here. Chant is a possibility, but with the pair of 4-mon and the 2-mon connected, I don't think that's going to happen. Another Dora for Simon. That might really push him. Yeah, indeed, he goes for it. And makes Jason Tenpai. This looks like a Mangan, and immediately Mark collects an extra West that comes out. Mangan for Jason. 40 Fu, so not even like fake Mangan, like a 7700. No, that's a real Mangan. Man, we have like 5 viewers. Oh, we got more. Maybe that's what's bringing the bots over to play. Those bots get taken out. Alright. Jason with a screamingly fast hand again. Ishan-ten, almost Jun-chan, but not quite. He probably does not have the wiggle room here to make Jun-chan. Especially with 3-1 so already being discarded. So maybe not quite as valuable as initially thought, but it's still a really fast Riichi Pinfu as the dealer. You find Uradora, Sumo, Ipatsu, all those likely options with such a good weight, and you could be in for a big payout. Across the table, Loic actually going all the way to the half flush, has the Red Dragon Chun to add a little bit more value to it. On the right, Mark looking to get revenge for those last hands. He got revenge. He got a smaller revenge for Loic's Mangan, even though he didn't get it off Loic. And so he's looking to get another revenge here with 2 Dora. Then Jason finds his Tenpai, reaches it, got the Riichi Pinfu on deck. Mark might be tempted to play into it. So far hasn't drawn any dangerous tiles. The 6-mon is a deal in tile, but it fits nicely into his hand. And Simon on the left, also making his way to Tenpai. Still 2 away for Simon, though. That's going to be a real thinker of a tile. It's not a safe tile there, that's 6. And indeed, Mark begins to fold the hand. On the other hand, though, Loic has drawn the last Dora, the 4th Dora from the wall, and Loic has moved up to a Mangan potential. With Toy Toy, that could be Haneman. Ooh, Simon draws a dangerous deal in tile. But it doesn't look like Simon's been playing any dangerous tiles so far. He plays this one, though. And that is dealer. Dealer does find Uradora. The first Uradora this game. And Jason scores nice extra, like, extra 3,000 points, I think. 5,800, about 2,800. Nice solid Uradora points there, being in the dealer position. Enough to put him into first place, anyway. Jason's got a pair of Green Dragon here. This one not super valuable unless he goes for the half flush. It does look like he's going that route though, so we might see some spice here from the dealer. Again, Mark has started with 2 Dora, like a Dora pair. But again, not exactly the fastest hand to use with it. Across the table, Loic has 2 Anko already. Doesn't look quite like Suanko. Jason actually going for Kokushi here, doesn't call the Green Dragon. On the left, Simon's drawing a pretty fast hand. So Simon, looking to maybe put a stop to this, has got nice Sanchoku potential, mixed triple sequences. Also possible Ipeiko, but not both. He doesn't have enough tiles in the hand to make both Sanchoku and Ipeiko this time. Yeah, Jason's been drawing the Kokushi tiles. Jason actually got a Kokushi during the first 3 rounds as well. Jason got a Kokushi in the 3rd round, so maybe the Kokushi tiles are just being drawn to him this game. We can see 3 of them in the hands of other players, or 3 of the Dora, which is one of the tiles he needs to complete Kokushi, in the hands of other players. So there's still 1 left in the wall for him to draw. And also potentially, if Loic gets Tempai, he might discard it. I don't see Mark discarding his, though. Mark's hand sort of stalling here, not really drawing anything. Oh, but right as I say that, he gets Ishan 10. Has to think about which weight he wants to take. Goes for the Pinfu weight, doesn't go for the 8, so wait. Loic has discarded 3 Sumogiri in a row. Simon had 5 Sumogiri in a row just before this. And Simon looks to be 1 away. Yeah, Simon is 1 away from Tempai. That's it. That's the Sanchoku potential. Will he Riichi? He does Riichi. That's Sanchoku Pinfu on the board with the Riichi that moves it up to a Mangan. It looks like Jason is still Ryanshan 10. And an Ippat Sumo. An Ippat Sumo with an Ura for Simon. That takes it up to Mangan. Did not find the Sanchoku side, otherwise that would have been very devastating. Would have been a Haneman. But Mangan is still solid there. And Toronto in 3rd and 4th right now, but they are still fighting to get out there. Mark with his last dealer, currently in last, so he's got a lot of room to dig. He's got a lot of ground to cover, let's say. He's got a lot of digging back to do. Oh, across the table, the other Toronto player, Simon, has quite an interesting hand there. But in the south seat, Loic has the pair of east. We are in south round now, so it's not Yakuhai, so you can't really call it as easily. And then on the left, we can see Jason dealing out 2 dragons and too afraid to deal the 3rd. Afraid of maybe a Dai Sangen or even a Sho Sangen would be pretty deadly. So Jason now has both of Simon's weights, both sides, the 6 and the 9. Simon could have chosen to wait for East there. East and 8 pin Shampon, but decides not to go for it. Sticks with the 6-9, wider weight. East probably looks scary with his discards regardless. So he figures just take the widest weight possible. And he might get it from Jason pretty soon. Depending on what... Oh, yeah, that looks like Jason might discard one of the 6 or the 9 here. It all depends how wary he is of Simon's hand. Oh, and indeed he's kind of wary. That's a middle-of-the-road discard that keeps him safe while also advancing his hand. So Jason playing defensively for now, but let's see what happens when he reaches Tempai. That's the one. That's the Tempai. Will he play it or will he dodge around it? He plays right into it. And there's no Dora there. Well, there is one Dora, but I don't think that's enough. So it's just manga. Oh, it's Chanta. I didn't even notice it was Chanta. But the Chanta combined with the Dora in hand moves it to a Haneman, and that's pretty big for Toronto there. Mark may have lost his dealership, but Simon coming through with a big Haneman there. Loic with an Ishanten hand right off the bat. What are these fast hands? Ishanten, Riichi, Pinfu. Oh, assuming Riichi. Pinfu hand, though. And there it is, Tenpai. Mark actually got out 2 of the dangerous tiles before Loic could reach Tenpai. But there goes the super fast Riichi. On the right, you know, Simon was looking for a pretty solid hand of his own here. He was still pretty far away, but he's a bit upset about that. You can see the emote coming out. Across the table, Jason looks to be folding as well. And then on the left, Mark also looks to be folding. So it looks like it's up to Loic to draw it or the other players to run out of safe tiles. Because Mark actually drew a third one of Loic's weights right after the Riichi, but he didn't play it. He did not play the tile that time. Ooh, Mark could be very tempted to push this hand though. There's 2 Dora, Chitoitsu, Ishanten, 1 away from Tenpai. So we might see Mark push it, and it depends which tile he discards to reach Chitoitsu Tenpai. I actually saw a 6-pin come out from Jason across the table, so maybe Jason has some thoughts about pushing as well. Yep. Oh, that's another one of Loic's tiles, but it didn't seem like Simon was pushing. Yeah, indeed, Simon's still playing safe tiles for now. Loic still has not drawn the 2 or 5 so, and at this point there are only 2 left in the wall. But I say only 2, but 2's not too bad at this point. And the 7-pin, having just been discarded by Loic, opens the way for Mark to also discard it. Jason thinking about the discards here. Goes for the slightly more dangerous 8 so over the safe 7 so to set up his hand. Mark's got a real decision to make here. None of the tiles that keep him in Chitoitsu Ishanten are safe right now. Yeah, so he does fold in the end. "17 tiles left in the wall. 2 of them still Loic's tiles, unless they're in the dead wall, of course. Oh, and Jason, with all of his aggressive discards, makes it to Tenpai. We can see Mark would have been Tenpai as well, but he did fold out on the 1-pin. Now he's got some tough decisions to make here. Goes with the 2-pin. Came out recently from Loic. Simon's got some tough decisions. Is able to avoid both Riichis for that discard. 2 more draws per player here. 1 more now. Simon drawing another tile. Actually, Jason and Furiten Riichi. So that 9 so that came down actually safe. Simon just has to worry about dealing into Loic here. And we go to Tenpai. Both the Montreal players Tenpai, so that's 1,500 points either way. 1,500 points either way to them. But no deal-ins. And yeah, there were a lot of Loic's weights were still in the wall on that early Riichi. It just so happened that everyone else drew his tiles. He wasn't able to sumo, and they didn't deal them out. So he wasn't able to roan either. This hand is somewhat interesting. It looks to be 2 away from Tenpai, Loic here. He's got a Dora, not 2 away from Pinfu though, and not really 2 away from Sananko or any sort of triplet based. So it looks like Loic is about 2 away from maybe a Riichi Dora 1. Simon on the right looks to be about 2 away from a Tenpai himself. Riichi Pinfu there across the table. Jason, with that draw, that's Tenpai. That's Riichi Pinfu and Dora. So combine both the other players' hands, and you've got Jason's hand. I guess he was contemplating maybe waiting for 7, 8, 9 Sanchoku, but decides to Riichi now rather than wait. It's got a nice 3-sided weight. Sanzo Dora, which wouldn't be Pinfu, but we'd have the Dora to make up for it, and then 2 and 5 So would add Pinfu for an extra Han there instead of the Dora. We have Mark on the left, somewhat folding for now, but still has the chance to make his hand, and indeed, still has thrown only safe tiles. Loic as the dealer might be incentivized to push, especially with that draw there, putting him 2 away from Tenpai. And indeed Loic pushes the more dangerous 8-pin, allows Mark to discard it as well, pushes a dangerous 7-pin as well. Simon in trouble if he pushes though, but Simon looks to be folding. On the left, Mark also folding, though Mark might be enticed to go for this, especially with a 4-so draw. 4-so draw might actually save Mark here and prevent him from dealing in the 3 or the 5-so. Other than that, it would be trouble if Mark deals the Dora into that Riichi. Loic not calling because he would have no Yaku there. Simon trying to dodge his way around these dangerous Riichis and Tenpais. There's actually 3 Riichi sticks in the bonus pot and 1 Honba. So this hand could be worth quite a bit. Not only is the actual value of the hand high, but there's also 3,300 extra points to be won. That's another deal, another one of Jason's tiles. Will Mark discard it? Does not. Loic making the call to be Tenpai has no Yaku, so Loic cannot actually win without something like a Kan and a Rinshan Kaiho. You can see Mark's hand just completely lit up. All the Sozu tiles lit up. The 6-so won't actually deal in because of the lack of Yaku, but red nonetheless right now. And if it's the very last tile, it will deal in. Oh, Loic. Loic doesn't have to discard that though. Yeah, still maintains Tenpai. And the 2 Montreal players, Tenpai again, taking another 1,500 each from the Toronto players. Into South 2 we go. Well, Loic's got an okay hand here, but there are a number of excess tiles that aren't super efficient. Simon on the right's doing okay. He's got a completed 2, 3, 4-so meld, but not exactly comparing to Jason's light speed hand here. 1 Han, but very fast. Mark on the left could be fighting back with some value. Has 4 pairs. Might turn into pawn. Does so. So we are looking at maybe a Toy, maybe just 2 Yakuhai. We will see. And there's the second Yakuhai. Mark still needs a little bit more to get Toy. Still needs to find another pair for his hand. Simon on the right, working towards Tenpai, but not there yet. Across the table, Jason's reached Tenpai. Inside 6-man weight, a Kanchan weight. Kanchan weight for 1 Han, but it will advance the game along. Oh, decides to switch out for the legendary Tanki weight. Right now it's on a 5-man, but it will give him the flexibility to switch it later. Does not switch it there. And Mark did find the last pair needed for the Toy hand. So Mark Ishanten for a Mangan basically, which is kind of what he needs. He probably needs more than that, to be honest. Is this... It is Tempai. It is Tempai. That is a closed Tempai. It does have Yaku. It has Tanyao. And so Simon has his own chance at winning these bonus sticks in the middle. Loic can make this call. Does do so. Still one away from Tempai, though. Oh, and Mark draws the deal-in tile to Jason here. And it comes out 1 Han, but 3,600 bonus points in the middle. And 40 Fu, just to add an extra 300 points there. Unfortunate for Mark. Jason collects a nice sum. Not enough to put him into second, but a nice sum nonetheless. We're in South 3, 2 more players, dealers to go. Simon already has an Anko and 2 pairs. That's pretty cool. Jason on the right, doing okay. He's got 2 Ryanmin weight and then a pair. It's got an isolated Dora though, so Jason's hand kind of slow right now. Across the table, Mark doesn't have too bad of a hand. It's got decent speed. The Dora's isolated, so it might not get use. Indeed, it comes out. Mark looking for maybe a Mentan Pin. Riichi Tanyao Pinfu, that is. He might get it. On the left, Loic also looking for something similar. He's got similar shapes. Does cut a pair there. So, not going to keep the 4 pairs. And no reason for Simon to con there, just lets it pass by. Does he make the pawn though? Passes the pawn as well, does not go for the Tempai. In the meantime, Jason 1 away from Tempai now. 2 poor weights, but still Ishanten nonetheless. 1 away from Tempai there, with a chance at maybe moving to Sanchoku 678. But if he does so, he would lose the 9 Sodora, so it's probably not worth it. Oh, Simon finds Tempai. Big money now. Big money right now. Unbelievable! That's at least Haneman. Riichi Patsumo Chun Sananko. 18,000 points. The passing on the Chun pays off as he draws the last Chun, and then Ipatsumo. The North. You can see the angry emojis and the pained emoji faces from all the other players as Simon throws up the idle finger. 18,000 points right there. Back to this hand. There is busting in this game, so Mark at risk of busting out right now. Simon was actually the highest scoring player in the preliminary rounds, doing so again in the finals round. So Simon's pretty well on track to take the MVP here, unless something crazy happens. Jason actually has a Mangan Tempai. If Simon releases Dora, but yeah, Simon has use for it, so does not release it. In fact, that's gonna choke out Jason's weights here. Jason can only wait on the other side. Loic on the other side is Tempai. Oh, but it doesn't matter if his weight is choked out. He'll still draw it. Jason with the Mangan Sumo. Oh, 30 Fu. 7,900. We're 100 off. But that ends the game. It does put Jason ahead of Loic. So we've got Toronto in 1-4 and Montreal in 2-3. But because Toronto was ahead in the preliminary standings, I don't think that's enough for Montreal here. Yeah, so if we add Toronto's together, they're minus two-ish. 1 points. So if Montreal is plus 1.6, Toronto is minus 1.6. That is not enough for Montreal to take the Canadian Classic. So the 2020, the first Canadian Classic, it's a classic rivalry, but it's a new tournament. And Simon, on the back of Simon, the Toronto Riichi Club wins the Canadian Classic. Um, so I will do one of these, and I guess thanks everyone for watching. Let me see if I can get the scores in real fast. Yeah, that is what it looks like here. This is not exactly. These scores are a little bit off there. Somebody did something funny. It's never mind. The scores aren't right, but the result is in. Okay, there it is. Scores are right now. There we are. 48.2 in the end. Minus 48 for Montreal, because obviously there are only two teams, so one's minus is the other's plus. And MVP mark for Toronto Riichi, and I believe for Montreal, yeah, with 66.4, it will be Loic MVP for his own club. Did one of the Canadian club have an maybe with the vaccines rolling out? They don't really stop the spread though. Well, the newer one they've talked about stopping the spread, or at least slowing it down. But they do prevent symptoms from affecting the patients, I suppose. But yes, thank you all for watching, for coming out in this impromptu night meeting for the Canadian Classic. Follow Toronto Riichi Club and join Riichi out if you want to play some interleague games. And don't forget the cat food bowl is coming up in the next year. So if you want to participate in that, you're gonna have to get master rank there. I'm on my way myself, but we will see. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.